a 4-2-3-1 formation. For the purposes of consistency, you've got 1 in goal, 3 and 4 as split centre backs. You've got 2, 5 as full backs, 6 and 7 defensive midfielders, 8, 10, 11 as midfield 3, and 9 as a 1 up top. So the advantages with a 4-2-3-1, playing through the lines, options around the ball, diamonds, triangles, all the cliches. Just going to give you a quick example of how you can use a 4-2-3-1 to work your way up the pitch. So thinking about wide positions, bounce passes, switch passes, into midfield, wide men, getting involved. Really important that you utilise the wide men for overlaps, and then players join in attacks, angled runs, crosses in, and also numbers in attack as well. You have the centred ball there, 8 arriving late, possible pull back to 8. You've got 11 arriving late, 9, 10 bending their runs into the penalty box. If we move back, just send all of these players back here. We'll look defensively. I mean, there are lots of options to move forward through the centre, obviously down the other flank. That's just an example of how you can use bounce passes or wall passes to work your way up the pitch. Defensively, so let's say for example you have the opposition in possession here, then you've got your back four. I'll just set up and then I'll put them in the press position. The 6 and 7 here, got the 3 and the 1 here. So I like my forwards to stop the crossfield pass, to try and pocket the players into one side of the pitch, give them less area to play in. Should this man breach, maybe right winger breaches, ideally you've got pressure on the ball, you shift the defensive line accordingly. And what I do like to have is these two shifting across. A lot of coaches talk about this square here with these two. Maybe not ideal to have a square because of the channels it leaves, so I do like mine slightly off centre, just like if I was to press a midfield line. Let's just get this a bit higher. So when I press a midfield line, I would always prefer to have the lines covered here. So for example, if I was playing a 4 across the middle and 2 up front, I'd have 1 drop in to cut off the cross ball. And with this midfield 4, if you were going to press with this big gaping hole with the opposition, is less effective. So you should have that balance really. And I like one of my midfielders to be slightly deep to react to any through ball or channel ball, and have like a staggered midfield when you press. But that's just my preference. A lot of coaches prefer it a different way, but that's my take on it. So 4-2-3-1, lots of options. You really need to structure it properly to maintain a solid defense. And when you attack, if I just go back on one more example with back 4, 2 defensive, there we go. Let's just move them up the pitch a bit. So say we have attack with a flank, as mentioned earlier, let's go down the right this time. 2's gone in, 7's played with 11, maybe a bounce pass off one of these coming across. 11 drops in, 2 gets the overlap in. This might be a long ball, 11 might pull out through ball. So as we're moving up the pitch here, 9 might bend his run, 10 might bend his run, 11 might get involved, 7. What I'd expect to see at the back here is the 6 and the 2 centre backs and the opposite fullback, creating that nice solid shape. And a good DCM would pull in the least engaged to make, you know, a solid shape to defend a counter there as well. So effectively you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacking the box, 1 pullback option, 3 attacking the box. But also if you want to be, you know, dangerous in attack, extra numbers, you can send another one in, possibly the number 8. But this would deflect or delay any possible counter. So that's why I like it. I also like having 1 man more central here for the pullback. Maybe in this case it might be the 11, just so you can be the first point of call for any counter attack and try and slot back in.